stand there the whole time.
Does Cotto answer back to Canelo with something equally as impressive as what Canelo was able to do against Kirkland? First punch of the fight is a hard Miguel Cotto left hook to the body, and that is his trademark shot.
A very good left hook to the body at that, Jim.
That's sort of like Miguel saying hello to an opponent.
Well,
In the ring with Miguel Cotto.
But he had to say hello early because this is a much bigger opponent. He came in weighing at the junior middleweight division, so he has to do something to let this bigger guy know that he must be wary.
We talked about the unofficial weight for Gil and how much he was able to rehydrate overnight. We do not have an unofficial weight on Miguel Cotto. He has not been weighed other than at the weigh-in yesterday, 153.6. But a reasonable expectation is that he would have rehydrated maybe up to 160, probably not beyond.
Yeah, I don't know if it's obvious on television. We have monitors here, and it doesn't look as obvious on TV as live here. But Daniel Gil's size advantage is pronounced. I know Miguel Cotto's obviously the stockier guy, but Gil is a much bigger guy, it looks like here.
Yeah, it does, but Miguel Cotto also hurt Daniel Gil with that last body shot he hit him with. If you watch it, you saw that arm snatch back really, really quickly. Shows you that he has that respect already.
There's a left hook to the head of Cotto. Perfect short tight shot inside that landed and also seemed to bother Daniel Gil.
But Cotto made his presence known with the very first punch of the fight, that left hook to the body. And he's also boxed pretty well here.
Cotto moving well on his feet. Lands another left hook. Daniel Gil isn't going to be able to stop Miguel Cotto from landing left hooks. He will not have a chance to win the fight.
No, but he just landed a pretty good left hook of his own.
Cotto's ability to carry his punch up with him in weight has been impressive, both against Sergio Martinez, and you've seen some hard shots here tonight so far.
Well, that's the one thing about a good puncher in professional boxing. If you can punch, you pretty much can punch at any weight class.
Cotto landed another left hook inside. Gil's going to have to find a way to try to stop or elude Cotto's left hook. Getting hit with too many of them here in the first round.
Getting outboxed from the outside by the shorter fighter is not a good look for Gil early.
Gil with a three-punch combination, but the punches were glancing blows. Didn't land solidly.
And those body shots are already making Gil keep his hands at home more than he really wants to, because he can't afford to give up the left hook to the body.
Cotto, as Gil favors his body, trying to stop that left hook downstairs, Cotto's landing jabs upstairs.
Cotto also knows that he can swap a left hook for anything that Gil throws.
Okay, now, the guy in his jab really goes the jab and combination, okay? Let's press it a little bit more. He's done. Do not let him come to you, okay? Do not let him get out first, okay? Alright, that's the key, okay? Don't give him any momentum at all. Alright, keep in charge. Behind the jab, right, body head, good combinations. Alright, beautiful combination, body back there, alright?
Here's when you know a punch has a good effect on your opponent. When you see this body shot land, you watch that right elbow snatch back just a second too late though. The punch already did its damage, but you know it did damage because you saw that arm try to get back and block that spot.
Both fighters both fighters threw 41 punches by CompuBox count in round one. Cotto landed 14, Gil landed 9. Unofficial CompuBox numbers in the first round.
You see the brilliance of Freddie Roach in the corner. Cotto had success boxing, but just because he can box doesn't mean he should. Freddie wants to see an aggressive, in-charge Miguel Cotto coming forward.
Doesn't want to let Gil get into the fight. That left hook hurt Gil.
Gil landed a good right hand, but Cotto hurt him back with the left hook.
And Freddie's doing a very smart job of that, because you never let the guy get momentum, especially when he already has a size advantage on your fighter.
Cotto has a good left hook upstairs, always has. Has a good left hand, period.
And there's the great left hook to the body right there.
His body punch, his left hook to the body, has always been, when he's thrown it, one of the 3 or 4 most devastating weapons in boxing, in my opinion.
But for 3 or 4 years in the middle of his career, Roy Jones, that left hook seemed to disappear. What happened and how did it come back?
Well, he wasn't really setting it up. Guys were preparing for it, so he wouldn't throw it as much. When guys don't look for a punch, we seem to not throw it as often. Freddie Roach came and said, look, if you're going to be the best Miguel Cotto, you have to use your best weapons, which are your left hook to the head and your left hook to the body. So he brought it back.
And he stopped Gill's momentum there with a jab. While Roy was speaking early in that sequence, you saw Cotto land another left hook to the body. So the money punch is back in a very big way for Miguel Cotto, as it was against Sergio Martinez, as it was against Delvin Rodriguez. That was obviously priority 1 for Freddie Roach, to put the left hook back into the arsenal. Gill touches the canvas with a glove, and referee Harvey Dock rules it not a knockdown.
So far what we're seeing is 2 different classes of fighter. Gill's a good fighter, always been a good fighter. But Cotto is of a certain class of fighter where he's been able, as Roy said, not only to carry his punch up, but success up with him from 140 to 47 to 54 to the middleweight division.
Well, if you're looking for Gill's deficiency coming in, it's difficult to define other than that there's no X factor. There's just no weapon for Daniel Gill, which can change a fight the way Cotto can change it with his left hook.
Well, his size may change it, Jim. You got to be careful here because he's doing a good job of moving around. Now he's avoiding the left hook better. He's big enough to absorb some of this punishment and last for a little while. He's naturally a very tough character. So if Cotto does not go ahead and discourage him and lets him get into this fight, we could see a change here.
How should Gill move to try to blunt Cotto's left hook?
He has to move to the right to stay away, to the left to stay away from it. To avoid it. Right then he moves to the right and ran right into it.
It's Tuesday. Join me for a look at boxing's biggest stories and niches on our next installment of The Fight Game. Next Saturday, 126-pound title holder Nicholas Walters is back against Miguel Mariaga, who beat him twice in the amateurs. Also that night, the HBO debut of elite prospect Felix Verdejo, who matches up with Ivan Nahara. And there it is. Triple G at ringside.
He's gonna whoop your ass too.
About 30 minutes ago when he entered the ring and caused a stir, and now the crowd erupts again as Triple G's picture appears on the screen above the ring.
Good evening. When you land the decent hook on the right angle, just turn it slightly.
Hockey box numbers in round 2. Cotto 18 out of 54, Gill 8 out of 37. It tells you that Miguel Cotto probably has already put the first 2 rounds in the book.
Cotto's doing a real good job, I think, tonight, blocking with his shoulders, Roy, slipping punches with very little extra movement.
He's showing a lot of defensive moves, great left and right shots to the body, but he's very defensive. He stays low when he punches. That's always a great thing. Good jab by Cotto.
Let's not forget that Cotto jab that lands like a power punch because he's naturally left-handed.
And that was the weapon that he used to neutralize the speed of Shane Mosley back in the day.
Maybe Cotto's greatest performance, a decision win over Mosley across the river in Manhattan.
Mosley was still more or less in his prime.
On a night